Welcome to a brand new episode of To Zenk. I'm your host, the future Hall of Famer, Scotty B. Coming my co-host in, Rowdy Andrew, giving some props to our boy Roddy Piper, which actually I was watching It's Always Sunny today. He was on the repeat I was watching as the Maniac, trying to buy the time. He bought all the timeshares. So, do you want to jump right into we do our two things? I'm going to talk about the podcast I'll never get off the ground, and you'll talk about the contests. The podcast I'll never get off the ground, which I'd love to do, and I think it's a good idea, is basically a debate podcast. We bring on a couple people, debate certain situations in the pro wrestling community, mostly the hate for AEW from WWE fans and the opposite, or anything about Rushmores. We can talk about greatest of all time, greatest matches that people don't think were the greatest matches of all time, and politely debate it on a podcast format where two rules: don't be rude, don't be rude to the other person, and like try to embarrass them personally, and do not cut them off when they're talking. And again, as I said in the previous ones, none of these are going to do it because you all had no balls. And that's that. So, Andrew, what's going on with the contest that's going to be ending around December of 3032?
Well, I know I won't be around then, but who knows? Maybe with the miracles of modern science, some of me will be around. As soon as we hit 100 subscribers, we are going to give away a 3-month paid subscription to YouTube Premium. One of those 100 subscribers will be the lucky winner. So it's not number 100. We're doing a draw from the first 100 subscribers, and we're almost there.
No, we're not. Well, we're better than we're over 50. Let's put it that way. We're over 50. We're over 60.
As close as we've been yet.
Yeah, it's true. All right. So today's episode, we're going to be reviewing a match. Let's get away.
Why is it just me? Why is it just me?
Oh, sorry. My production skills are horrible. So we need everyone wants to be a producer for free and not make any money. Come on down. This is Zenk today. We're going to be going over a match with Tom Zenk versus Vinnie Vegas, a.k.a. Kevin Nash, a.k.a. Diesel, a.k.a. What else is the other names do you have?
Oz,
yeah.
Master Blaster Steel,
Mm-hmm.
Super Shredder.
Yep. Kevin Nash.
Yeah, that was Big Sexy, I guess. Big Daddy Cool, but those are just nicknames.
Yeah. So this is from February 22nd, 1992 on WCW Pro. Andrew, what's going on for you on February 22nd, 1992, which is actually a Saturday?
This is my jam. I'll tell you this. I have never, I was a big wrestling guy. You got to understand, I was the wrestling guy. But I was under no false illusions of where I lived. I lived in a town where what I was able to get was Grand Prix, WWF, some ICW, depending on the year we're talking about. And when NWA, also AWA, I forgot. There was also AWA on TSN. I loved it.
And Stampede.
Yep, Stampede. But it was always at the similar times. Like Superstars was at 12. They replayed essentially Maple Leaf at 1. Then 2, you'd have this one show on ATV called WWF Wrestling that nobody seems to remember but me. And then you'd have Supercard at 6, and that was it. But when I had TBS, and we got TBS in November of 91, and I had always wanted it because when I would visit my cousins in Chipman, TBS was just part of their cable package, and I would love to watch main event and seeing stuff like Ole Anderson against Rick Steiner that I still remember to this day. And once I had that, I had access to wrestling that previously we would just get sniffs, just glimmers, like the worldwides on ATV at like 2 a.m. and shit like that. Once I was able to get firmly into WCW, it was at its peak. because this isn't me getting into it like in the Ranger Ross era, or even as everyone loves the Flair Steamboat stuff, the undercards on those shows were hit or miss. Once Funk appears, I think it becomes a more well-rounded show. But this is my peak fandom, I think, for being able to watch the stuff as it's happening. And you understand too, once you're used to that squash match mentality of the World Wrestling Federation, when you're getting these competitive matches, which is what you always wanted, you'd make tapes. I'd make tapes where I would not tape, like if I saw certain enhancement talent, I would think would be able to put on a match, have some offensive moves. I hate it when it was just a complete squash. That had no rewatch value to me. WCW was full of matches that, like the one we're going to talk about, they would just throw that out there, and that would be like a feature match on Superstars, but that would be like the third match in a card deep on, what was it, Pro?
Yeah, it was Pro.
Yeah.
Okay, so for myself, what I was doing, I'm still watching, but I'm really starting to kind of get out of it because I'm just watching WWF. I don't have TBS. I would watch TBS at my grandparents' house because they had it, and I'd be there a lot of times on Saturday nights. I'd still go to the racetrack on Saturday afternoons with my grandfather, and I'd watch TBS with him. And my grandfather was real cool about stuff like that. He hated wrestling, but he was a really good grandfather who would let me watch it just to, because I was his grandson. My parents actually bought a few racehorses, so I was at the track a lot more because of that. Like a few actually really good ones. Still watching, but into music. I'm really into music too. Like music's a big thing to me at this point. I really got into music in '91, but still watching WWF. And then like WCW when I get a chance to see it. Still getting magazines, but that's pretty much it for me.
Yeah, see, I'm in grade 6 at this time.
I'm graduating for 5 years. Just I'm in my 5th year of university. No, I'm trying to think. I'm in grade. I failed a couple grades. I think I was in grade 6 also. To be honest, yeah. Okay, so let's get into the champions of this time frame. Who was the World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Champion on February 22nd, 1992?
Ric Flair.
I stole that for the last one we did. Who is the IC champion?
Roddy Piper.
Roddy Piper. Who is the tag team champions?
Money Incorporated.
You are correct. Who is the WCW heavyweight champion?
What's the date again?
February 22nd, 1992.
Is it Sting?
No, it's still Lex Luger. Sting wins in the
before or after Super Brawl.
It's before. Yeah, Sting wins like the next week. Who's the U.S. champion?
Rick Rude.
Correct. Who is the tag team champions?
Bobby Eaton and Arn Anderson.
You are correct also. Who is the United States tag team champions?
Is this Terry Taylor and Greg Valentine?
Also correct. Who is the light heavyweight champion?
Brian Pillman.
No, Jushin
Liger. Right to the before. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, well, don't be so hard on yourself. And who is the TV champion?
Steve Austin.
You are correct, sir. Okay, so the match, I mean, I'll be honest, man, I watched it. It's basically a squash. Like, they don't give a fucking shit about Zenk in this match at all. I think he got about maybe 30 seconds of offense if he was lucky. And we'll talk about why we did this match once it's over. But it was nothing. They were more concerned with Vinnie Vegas and Big Josh.
Yeah, what I found interesting is that they actually protected Zenk in the finish by him winning or losing by DQ. I thought that was surprising because I thought for sure Vegas was going over with Snake Eyes.
Well, he dominates the entire match. I mean, I think Zenk has literally one offensive move, the kick in the corner. That's it. That's his whole offense. He gets the shit kicked out of him. We're seeing it right now in the screenshots. Like, I mean, it's constant Vegas. Like, that's it right there. The kicks to the face. Vegas throws them away. And then I think the next clip is him and Harley leave. I didn't put the big Josh part in there, but it is strictly. It is definitely. You talk about squash matches. That's pretty much a squash with Zenk losing, and they're definitely looking.
He didn't lose. He saved. Like he could go to the hotel bar and tell people that he lost, but he lost by DQ.
Well, this is it. Like for Zenk, I'm guessing 92. He's pretty much dropping to the stars.
He still has a great light heavyweight title match to come in this year. Like 92, I would say, was his last relevant year because he has that match against Pillman that's really good.
Now, the reason we did this match was the Harley Race Dark Side of the Ring that aired about an hour since before we recorded this. What was your thoughts on the Harley Race Dark Side of the Ring?
Well, I've always been a Harley Race guy. Thought he was a good wrestler. And I didn't see the darkness in this Dark Side of the Ring. There's
a few things there, but keep going. I'll mention it when you want to.
I don't know. It just felt like we're just doing autobiographies at this point, or a biography. Sorry.
I'll also get into that once I get to my part. Keep going.
The thing I liked about it is the unseen footage, the things that, like the clips that they have are just fascinating to see. But the content to me is just getting fluffier and fluffier.
I have a question regarding the what they showed because I was actually watching it, but I glanced away for a moment. Did they show any King of the Ring 86 in that? Because I know they talked about Harley coming, and they talked about him winning it, but they didn't show any clips of it. Okay, keep going.
And it's kind of interesting to see like people that typically don't get trotted out on stuff like this. Like there are people that like Cornette is going to be on one of these every time. And there are other guys that you need a reason to see them. And it was neat to see Jerry Briscoe. I'm just joking because it's never neat to see Jerry Briscoe. This was, if you had never seen Harley Race, if you were a complete novice, if you're new to the sport of professional wrestling, I would rather them see something like this than a WWE produced thing on Harley Race that would completely gloss over anything that and would act like the crowning point of his career was being able to be king of the World Wrestling Federation.
Well, no, they basically make it the crowning point is going into the Hall of Fame. Like that's the last part. So don't forget that this is a WWE half-produced documentary they're doing. And I'll talk about the Dark Side of the Ring in 1 second. I'm going to take you off.
Thanks.
But I'll say, I told you earlier in our production meeting, as I like to call it, I watched WWE Rivalry with Jake and Savage, and it was fairly good. I was actually I liked it. I thought it was really good. I was surprised. I mean, they really didn't have a chance to mess around with history because it's there. It's all on film. But they had some interesting clips. They showed Randy behind the scenes after the snake bite.
Oh, really?
And his arm was fucked up real bad. But to the Dark Side of the Ring one, Dark Side of the Ring, it's a lot of fluff. It is basically an autobiography. They did talk about some dark thing. I mean, him getting in the boating accident was pretty dark. The car accident was dark. The fact he was abusive to his wife was dark. I mean, Harley was an old school guy, and a lot of them old school guys were not the nicest to their wives, and they got away with it because back then it was almost normal to be like that. Get home, your steak's not well done, whatever. I don't agree with it, but Harley's dead now, so it doesn't matter. I think there's a lot more to him and his wife than they told us. But it was okay. I liked the early side. I really liked the stuff with the Sabiscos was really cool. How he ran into them, like just working on the farm with them. I was a Harley fan. I mean, really good wrestler, good interview. I love his Flair match in the cage. It was really good in Starrcade. It's sad seeing him later. I mean, he was a Grand Prix in '90 wrestling. And after that Hogan match, man, like, dude, it's sad to see. But anyway,
I remember when he was in Grand Prix, and I was not around when he was in St. John. I was in Salmon River because that was the thing. Like, I would always have access to Grand Prix because it was on ATV, and that was one of the three channels that we had, and it would tick me off when I missed out on stuff like Dynamite Kid and Harley Race. I would have been able to see both of them, certainly both at the tail end of their careers, but just some other wrestlers, just to take the notch off of ones that I've seen live. Like,
it's up with the 3 channels. I had 3 channels for about I moved to the country. I was 14, the same year, later in the year, and I had 3 channels, and it was really hard to get used to. It's like, oh my god, I got no TV. And then we got the old school big satellite dish, man. And that was a great time. We had the getting feeds, like random feeds, like the Hogan and Disney World doing interviews, like doing promos, and Hogan, like them being like, okay, cut, we're done. And then Hogan is going into like normal mode, and then like bringing it back in. It was a lot of fun. Like, I got those Saturday night feeds. I didn't get the Rumble feed. I was at a friend's place. She got the Rumble 97. Yeah, the Alamo Dome was 97, right? Yes. So the Royal Rumble Alamo Dome 97 feed. And it was great. We had to watch it for free. That was the big thing with the old satellite. This was really cool. You could luck out and get stuff for free. I got Woodstock 94. That was a really high price pay-per-view. I got that for free. We got the feed of it. But that's in itself differently. Okay, let's go into the events of the day. We got some interesting ones. Did you see the stuff I sent you?
I didn't look at them. I saw the links, and the first time I see it is when I read it on the podcast.
Definitely some interesting ones in this one. But I'm going to jump. Actually, I have it up here already. Let me go into the first one. AWF. I'm thinking, what the hell? Is this not the AWF that does this in Puerto Rico? Luis Rivera defeated Jason Terrible. Title change. That's for the Americans title. AWF Juniors heavyweight title. Ray Gonzalez defeated Billy Joe Travis. Also title change. And Jeff Gaylord and Sonny Beach defeated Gala Mendoza and Dr. Terror. Average age of wrestler, 27.6 years old. Young crowd there. I'm actually going to give you this one too, Andrew, because you're a fan. I want you to jump onto your social media site and take a look. I'm going to send it over to you right now. I'm going to send it over right now. Give me a second here, because I know you're a fan of Montreal wrestling. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think you know more about Montreal wrestling than I do.
Probably, but by '92, it was really. I don't know how many of these chaps I'll be familiar with. Actually, I'll be honest with you, but we'll see.
Well, let's jump into let's go to the All Japan Excite Series Day 1 that I sent you, and let's go ahead and go through that card.
The All Japan?
Yeah.
So this took place at Karuken Hall in Tokyo before 2,100 people. Mitsuho Momoto defeated Masao Inoue. Mighty Inoue defeated Satoru Asako. Firecat defeated Isamu Teranashi. Dory Funk Jr., Giant Baba, and Rusher Kimura defeated Haruka Aiden, Masanobu Fuchi, and Motoshi Okuma. Dean Malenko and Joe Malenko defeated State Patrol, Lieutenant James Earl Wright, and Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker. Toshiaki Kawada and Tetsuchi Kikuchi defeated the Can-Am Express, Dan Crawford and Doug Furness. Johnny Ace and Stan Hansen defeated Kenta Kobashi and Mitsuharu Misawa. And in the main event, Richard Slinger, Steve Williams, and Terry Gordy defeated Akira Taui, Jumbo Shiruda, and Yoshinari Ogawa. Average age of the wrestlers, 35.1.
Man, Richard Slinger got a hookup by being Gordy's nephew. Like, that guy got lots of good situations that happened to him. Okay, this one here we have Smoky Mountain TV, show number 3. Bob Caudle and Dutch Mantella on commentary. We have Bob Holly versus Pat Rose, defeated Pat Rose, sorry. Rip Rogers defeated Joey Meggs. Robert Gibson defeated Mighty Yankee. Tim Horner defeated Barry Horowitz. And Dutch Mantel defeated Brian Lee by disqualification. I do not have average age of wrestlers. And I'm going to go into WCW Saturday night, and I'm going to go with the 4 World Wrestling Federation shows.
Oh, wow.
WCW Saturday night, Brian Pillman defeated Rip Rogers. What was Rip Rogers on the... what was he on again? Did we just see him a second ago in one of the other ones? Am I crazy?
Did you read it right? Rip Rogers?
Yeah.
Where was he? Like just in Smoky Mountain?
That's right. Yeah, I was just thinking. Like, am I going crazy? Like, did I just see that? Give me a second here.
I think you probably.
No, I'm going to go back to Smoky Mountain real quick. I want to take a look here.
Where are they both held? Because I mean, Smoky Mountain and WCW were held pretty similar places.
So Smoky Mountain's held. It doesn't give me a. It's held in Moorestown. Yeah, Rip Rogers won a match on there, and then he wrestled Saturday night. But I mean, it's not live, so it's just kind of funny that they were on.
Oh, it's not live then.
Yeah. So he lost to Brian Pillman. United States Tag Team title match. Ron Simmons and Big Josh defeated Fred Avery and John. What the hell is this all about? They're not the United States Tag Team champions. That's strange. Okay. Carl Robinson defeated Abdullah the Butcher by DQ. Greg Valentine defeated Russell Vaughn. Van Hammer defeated Greg Sawyer. In the main event, Sting, Ricky Steamboat, Barry Windham, and Dustin Rhodes defeated Rick Rude, Larry Zbyszko, Arn Anderson, and Bobby Eaton in 15 minutes and 32 seconds. Not a bad main event, but everything else is a little shitty. Well, let's jump into SWS WF card, Andrew.
Sure thing. This is a joint show between SWS and WWF held at the Kyoto Prefectural Gymnasium in Kyoto, Japan. Attendance 5,720. Ultimo Dragon, Kato Kung Lee, and Masao Orihara defeated Blue Panther, Emilio Charles Jr., and Takayuki Nakahara in 25 minutes. SWS Tag Titles lead, round 1. George Takano and Shunji Takano versus Takashi Ishikawa and Samson Fuyuki ended without a winner as a double disqualification. Haku and Yoshiaki Yatsu defeated the British Bulldog and Marty Jannetty in 13:45. SWS Tag Titles lead round 1. So that tag match I just mentioned was not a part of this tag thing. That was just a non-tournament tag match, which is bad booking, but I'm not in charge of a wrestling company that's not around anymore, so what do I know? Genichiro Tenryu and Ashihara Hara defeated Shinji Nakano and Tatsumi Tadahara in 16:27. And in the main event, Haku and I guess it was for some reason Haku and Yoshiaki Yatsu defeated Genichiro Tenryu and Ashihara Hara in 10 minutes and 46 seconds. Title change. Average age of wrestlers, 33.2.
It's interesting with that because it's like it's not like a WWF joint show. There's only 3 WWF guys on there. And I don't even think Haku's with the company anymore at this point. He's strictly in Japan. Like Haku doesn't come back. I'm pretty sure Haku's last match was at the Rumble.
Yeah.
So it's like it's 2 WWF guys, Bulldog and Jannetty. And Jannetty's gone too. I'm pretty sure Jannetty was fired in January.
Oh yeah.
So it's
oh yeah, Davey's still there. So it's just Davey.
Yeah, it's like one to say SWS with Dave Boy Smith. Just say that. Like that's a little misleading. Okay, WWF in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Because I was thinking too, how are they going to put a show together in Japan? They got 4 WWF house shows this day, 5,600 attendance. Tatanka defeated Kato. The Berserker defeated Jimmy Magnum. Matador defeated Teddy DiBiase, which is a very random win. Repo Man defeated Virgil. Skinner defeated Jim Brunzell. The Natural Disasters defeated Sergeant Slaughter and Jim Duggan by disqualification. The Big Boss Man defeated IRS. In the main event, Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper defeated Ric Flair and Sid Justice. Average age of wrestlers 35.9. Got Gonna get the one in Rochester, and I'm gonna get to the Montreal one. Rochester Mayo Civic Center, no attendance shown. It's the exact same card, no changes, not even at all. It's the exact same thing. That is lazy house show booking. Yeah. Give us the Montreal one, Andrew, and I'll go through Superstars and one more WWF one.
So this is held in Montreal, no venue given, no attendance given. Martin Roland defeated Roger Roland. Ludger Prue defeated Mike Lips. Black Feather and Dynamite Dan defeated Pedro Corneli and Paul Prue. Steven Sear defeated Dead Machine. Serge Roland and Serge Prue defeated Dislin Sear and Ludger Prue. And in the main event, Dynamite Dan won a battle royal.
I have a question for you. You're a pretty good historian. That looks like a shit card.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a wrestling card that had zero attendance, you think?
They would wrestle. If there's one person, I guarantee you they would.
What I'm wondering,
they may offer to give them their money back to say this is embarrassing.
I want to find out here real quickly because I just thought of that. Like, has there ever been the lowest attendant? Hold on.
There's some shindies out there that I'm guaranteed you have done it for like 4 people.
Attendance in wrestling. In wrestling history.
Well, I mean, pre-pandemic.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
this is all just like WWF stuff. The records. But yeah, well, yeah, pandemic. I mean, they had zero. Well, technically, not really had people there. You excited for WrestleMania this weekend, Andrew?
I wouldn't say that.
Can't wait to see your boy Mid-Card Cody win the title, because if he doesn't, he might as well just get rid of him. All right. Oh, I still got a few other cards to go. I apologize. I forgot all about them. WWF Superstars of Wrestling is coming up. Oh, Superstars, sorry. No venue given. Bret Hart defeated Ed Robinson. Tatanka defeated B.A. Dalton. And Money Incorporated defeated Larry Williams and Jimmy James. Oh my, that sounds phenomenal. That sounds like a bag of shit right there. And last but least, WWF in Syracuse, New York. I wonder if they're going to give us the same Rochester one that we got before. This one has a attendance of 8,000.
That's an all-time shit card, I think.
It's pretty bad. Well, that was a TV taping. I mean, that was just part of a TV taping.
That's all that people can remember.
8,500 people attend this event. We had the Warlord over Chris Walker. Shawn Michaels defeated Jimmy Powers. Owen Hart and Kobe Ware defeated the Beverly Brothers. And a steel cage match, Randy Savage defeated Jake Roberts. Rick Martel defeated J.W. Storm. The Undertaker defeated the British Bulldog. Bret Hart and the Bushwhackers defeated the Mountie and the Nasty Boys. Average age of wrestlers 32.8. I don't know what to pick from. I'm going to go with All Japan, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because the rest of it's just a lot. What's that?
I think it's a slam dunk.
Yeah, there's a lot of trash on that day, man. That WWF stuff is absolutely horrible.
Oh, fuck yeah.
All right, so let's go into sports. New Jersey Nets. Oh, sorry, NBA. New Jersey Nets against the Atlanta Hawks.
Let's go 114 to 106 for Atlanta.
119, 107 for Atlanta. Orlando Magic at the Charlotte Hornets.
Is Shaq here? Or
yeah, he's here. Yeah, okay. He's there. He's in his he comes in 89. This is 92, so he's pretty much dominant at this point.
He doesn't come in 89.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Shaq's year's 89.
No.
Let's see the year he was drafted.
It's like 91 or 92.
Shaq.
Or maybe 93.
No, it's not that late. Definitely 93. Shaq draft year.
No, not the draft. It was his rookie year in the NBA.
92. I apologize. That's my bad. Yeah, he was drafted in 92. All right, whatever. Sorry, I'm not an expert, but anyway, pick the win here. Let's go.
Let's go Charlotte 106 to 100 even to Orlando.
Charlotte 130, Orlando 110. We have the Minnesota Timberwolves at the Chicago Bulls.
Let's go 107 to 101 for the Bulls.
105-90 Bulls. Golden State Warriors to LA Lakers.
122 to 109 for the Warriors.
126, 124 for the Warriors. Detroit Pistons at the Miami Heat.
101 to 95 for the Heat.
107-98 for the Heat. The Denver Nuggets at the New York Knicks.
106 to 103 for New York.
98-87 New York. Los Angeles Clippers at the Phoenix Suns.
129 to 111 for Phoenix.
130 to 112 for Phoenix. You were close.
Oh, it was really close.
Yeah, that was super close. Portland Trailblazers at the Seattle Supersonics.
125 to 121 for Seattle.
113, 104 for Seattle. Who is
all the winners?
Who is the best team in the NBA at this point?
Is it the Chicago Bulls?
It is Chicago Bulls. They are 45-10. Who is the worst team in the NBA?
Is it Orlando?
Nope. Minnesota, 10-43. NHL hockey. Chicago Blackhawks at the Detroit Red Wings.
4-2 for Chicago.
2-1 Chicago. Quebec Nordiques at the Hartford Whalers.
3-3.
Hartford 4-0. Pittsburgh Penguins at the Montreal Canadiens.
2-1 Montreal.
Yeah, you're right. Look at you. Finally got one right. Minnesota North Stars at the New York Islanders.
4-3 Minnesota.
2-1 New York. The next Stanley Cup champions, Toronto Maple Leafs at the St. Louis Blues. Your boys, Toronto, you love them.
3-1 St. Louis.
4-3 St. Louis. Philadelphia Flyers at the Washington Capitals.
5-4 Washington.
7-5 Washington. Who is the best team in hockey at this point?
Is it Chicago?
New York Rangers 38-24, 80 points. And the worst team is let's you take a guess there.
Is it Quebec?
No, it technically they have the same amount of losses, but it's San Jose 13-43 for 30 points.
I forgot about that.
Music. Top singles of the day. Remember the Time by Michael Jackson. Diamond and Pearls by Prince. I Love Your Smile, Shanice. To Be With You, Mr. Big. What is the number one single? February 22nd, 1992, Andrew. I'm going to give you a timer.
Yeah. I honestly don't know. I have no clue. I don't even have a guess.
This piece of shit right here.
That should have been my guess.
You know what's funny about that? I was thinking when I was doing the format, like when they're in a recording studio, they go, these guys are going to be the next big thing. They're going to be put on the great. Like you're writing shit like that. You're a one-hit wonder waiting to happen.
Have you ever heard their follow-up? Because I actually prefer their follow-up, which is Don't Talk, Just Kiss. It's really fun.
I'm not a fan. Top albums: CMB, Color Me Bad. No Fences, Garth Brooks. Nevermind, Nirvana. Dangerous, Michael Jackson. What is the number one album? February 22nd, 1992.
Is A Rope in the Wind.
You got it correct, sir. It is Rope in the Wind. Top movies. Number 5, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Number 4, Medicine Man. Number 3, Fried Green Tomatoes. Number 2, Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. Fucking idiots. Who was going to see that movie, man? That is ridiculous. Thank God it's not number 1. What's the number 1 movie this day?
Is it Unforgiven?
Wayne's World, which I seen in the theater, and I liked it. And I had bad taste in movies back then. TV. I actually have ratings for this TV, Nate. So let me take a look here. I'll give it the top 5. Number 5 is actually Cops, which is really strange. I got such a high one. Number 4, Empty Nest. Number 3, Golden Girls. Number 2, Walter and Emily. What the fuck is that? I haven't even heard of that. You ever heard of that?
No. Is it a made-for-TV movie?
Must be or something. And what is the number 1 TV show on Saturday night, February 22nd, 1992? I'll give you a hint. Think of the year and the time frame.
Mm-hmm. Is it inauguration of Clinton? Oh, the Olympics, right.
Which I'll say this: you're in a city that has hosted Olympics before. Pardon me?
I'm an idiot because that was 90. That was joined in the 93, wasn't it?
What do you mean, like the Olympics?
No, when Clinton.
Oh yeah, when Clinton, because he got nominated in November '92. But it's the same about the Olympics. You've been in the city that's hosted the Winter Olympics, and would you say the Olympics have lost a lot of their glory?
Right now?
Yeah, like the world we live in compared to what it was even in the 90s. It was a much bigger deal.
Oh, yeah. Like, there was that Olympics that was held in Japan that I didn't even have any horse in the race. I didn't care at all.
What was your experience like living in the city with the Olympics? That's a good question because not a lot of people, I mean, it's not wrestling related, but a lot of people don't know what this is like. So tell us your experience living in the city with the Olympics. Before and after. Tell us before. If anything pops in your head during the Olympics and afterwards.
Sure. Before the Olympics, that was as a sales guy when you're talking to local businesses, you're talking about how during the Olympics, you're going to have a lot of this business that's going to pop up that otherwise wouldn't have happened because there's going to be so many people. But the issue was everybody stayed in the same area. So if you were a mom and pop shop that thought, okay, when the Olympics are here, we're going to eat well for a couple of months. We're going to live off of this. They just left their hotel, went to the arena, and then everything that was downtown was very busy. And I live downtown. So what would take me normally, I'm going to say about 18 minutes to walk to work, it was taking me about 45 minutes.
Tell me the story. Was it you that told the story about McDonald's? Like McDonald's in the morning when you go by McDonald's, what it would be like?
Everything had huge lines out the door. And
fuck that. That to me, that doesn't even like remotely intrigue me to be involved in that whatsoever. I would lose my fucking mind. I don't like people in general. I wouldn't say I don't like people. I have to be like cool with the idea of being around people.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm in an area where I just want to get some food and go home, and I'm waiting in a lineup outside the door, I'm not digging that, man. That's not my style. But for you, like, you didn't go to any events, did you? Because we're both poor, so no, you can't afford them tickets.
Yeah, I did not. I did walk by Michael Phelps. That was my brush with greatness.
Did you lose your mind and just start screaming like a little girl, jumped up and down?
Completely.
Just dropped to the ground, screaming, saying you're fake and I'm a swimmer. I can swim faster than you. Michael Phelps, what was he doing in Vancouver? He was a summer guy. Was just there, must have been there just to watch it.
Yeah, I think if you're an Olympic athlete, you just have an interest in all of the Olympics.
Olympics is in. Go ahead.
And also the fact that it's in Vancouver. If you live in the States, I mean that's a drive.
Yeah. For me, I used to be really, really fascinated with Olympics as a kid, but and now it's not the same anymore. But I'll tell you something before I go. Have you ever seen the Hitler video of him at the Olympics from Germany, all tweaked out on meth?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's crazy, and I'm all over the place here. But there's a thing. There was like brochures. They were like telling people there to do that stuff, like in that kind of like, oh no, it's good for you. I just had a friend die last week from that stuff. It's not good for you, kids. Just telling you. Like his cat lives with me now because of that shit. So don't do it. Anyway,
no. Let me stop you there. His cat lives with you because you need a cat.
I don't need a cat.
Yes. Prior to you having this cat was the longest you've gone without a cat since I've known you to have cats. Like before you first got Rusty.
Yeah, and I went a couple years. My previous cat, I got Rusty in 2014. My previous cat had passed away in 2011. So it's been 3 years.
When did you get Amy's old cat?
That's the one that passed. I got him in 2004. It was a her.
What was her name?
Gorby. What we're talking about this on the fucking no one's watching anyway, but still. We can just put it in the comments. Like talk about cats at the end. Yeah, she died in 2011. And I didn't get my little to 2014.
See, that's why, Scott, I cannot wait till we switch over to our next person that we're going to be doing, because then we can have these interesting conversations, like when we're talking about what were we doing at this time, instead of being like, well, we were a fucking kid. We weren't really up to too much.
Yeah, well, some things I can't talk about in the air. But anyway, with that being said, everybody, who are still watching, which equals nobody, we thank you for watching To Zenk. We'll see you again in another episode at another time. Stay safe and don't kill each other. Goodbye.